questions.
Right there, yeah.
We figured this would be a good little live video because we're going to showcase the Burgundy by Chalk Paint by Annie Sloan. And Hannah said to me, why don't we do a Facebook Live? So here's Hannah.
You're doing it.
Oh, that's okay.
No, you can talk, ask questions. It actually would be helpful. Come on in.
So you're actually not doing anything with the lines in here.
We're gonna paint right over it.
Yep, we'll paint right over it. We'll get underneath on the sides of the edging of the front of the dresser. But Hannah's painting it actually with a little bit of different direction. And the reason being is she wants to create a little bit of texture. We'll do 2 coats of this Burgundy chalk paint on this piece. And then once we're done, we'll do 1 coat of the clear wax and we'll do 1 coat of dark wax. But, yep. Have you ever heard of chalk paint? No, now you have. Have you ever heard of the purple painted lady? You have? Well, that's exciting. Hannah, any tips or thoughts at all regarding painting this piece?
It's a little bit of a glossier or slicker finish here. So I'm going to give it a little bit of extra time to dry on the first coat, just so when I go back on my second coat, it doesn't start to lift off.
Do you want me to get you a little brush so you can get that bottom edge?
Not at the moment.
Okay, then I will not. So I'm Trish behind the camera. Hannah's doing the painting. We are at the Rochester Downtown Convention Center in New York, Western New York. I can see Anne sneaking through in the back. And we have all of the colors of Annie's suite showcased over on that sample board. Shows that with the clear wax, the white, the dark, and the black wax. And if anyone's tuning in, feel free to ask a question because then I stop talking, which is always a good thing. So 1 coat, and it's, 1 coat looks not awesome.
Yeah. Especially since it is a smoother finish there. If I'm going over, you can even see on the top here, when I'm going over that raw wood, it even gets better coverage there than it would on that smoother surface.
So this is a piece that is for a friend of mine, and she was like, I need this painted. I'm like, well, great, we'll do it at the home show. And she wants it, she lives in a house that's somewhat rustic and primitive, I guess you can say. So she wants it in Burgundy chalk paint. We'll end up doing 2 coats, and we're really painting it in sort of different directions just so that way we can create some texture for the dark brown antiquing wax to have something to grip onto. But it dries in about 20 minutes, so it makes it great for doing demos. And we will be doing a second coat. And you notice too when Hannah's painting, it's sort of every which way. And you absolutely will need a second coat on this.
Yes.
Because she had left some of the original laminate top there that was peeling off. So you can see those little white patches. Once we get the second coat on, it'll be opaque. It'll be all burgundy, and it'll have a little bit of brushstroke texture so the dark wax has something to grip onto. But what you're seeing now will be totally camouflaged and you will not see it. And that's what's awesome about the chalk paint. Any questions? How are you?
I am good. How are you?
You look familiar. No? You look familiar.
I hear that a lot. I must look like a lot of people.
So this is like chalk paint 101. Really simple. It may not be the perfect representation because this table had some remnants on it. But when we get done, I'll be posting a finished photo, and that way you can see how we utilize sort of that laminate that was left behind to give it some character with the dark wax.
So it was laminate before on the top, or?
Yep. So this was this probably was a side table or a nightstand, probably in a bedroom suite that was once probably in a little girl's bedroom, I betcha, just based on it. And often this French provincial style from like the 60s or 70s would have had a laminated top. And if I recall correctly, she said it had been left outside for quite a long period of time, and the top started to peel. But she wants to use it as a little end table in her home, and we thought we could really actually utilize what's there, make something out of it in the sense of giving it more of a rustic look. And then when we finally finish the dark wax, we'll be able to catch around the edges and show it off.
I have one of those 60s pieces. I have the old 60s, 70s style dresser.
Yep.
With the same curved and the same kind of detailing.
Sure.
And it's got a Formica top.
Yeah, Formica, and that's what I should have said. Like, I have my original bedroom set from the 1970s, and the top's Formica.
Yeah.
You can paint over that.
With the chalk paint?
Yep, with the chalk paint. I would recommend you paint one coat over the Formica and then give it 24 hours, and then you can paint your second coat, but I've done it many, many times.
And it's pretty durable once you do that?
Extremely durable.
Good.
It's an indoor-outdoor paint. People use this for their kitchen cabinets, their bathroom vanities. You can use it on floors.
Awesome.
Yeah. Annie Sloan, typically on furniture, will use her soft wax as the protective top coat, but on a floor, we would actually use her lacquer. Yep.
Cool.
Like I said, I'll post pictures on our Facebook page afterwards, so that way if you're not going to be around for a while, you can look us up, The Purple Painted Lady, and then you'll be like, I saw them painting that.
Awesome. No, thank you. That's
Yeah.
helpful.
You want a color chart?
Yeah, that'd be great.
I got one right here. Maybe not. I think Anne has color charts. Yeah. And they're actually painted swatches. I think they're on the... Oh, there's some over here. Oh, Hannah's painting. She's going to get it.
Thank you.
So do you want to open that up? I'll actually show you. So there's 42 or 43?
44.
44 colors. I got it. So these are all painted swatches. Those are all of Annie Sloan's chalk paint colors. There are 2 colors missing. That's because they just were released in the last 2 weeks. And one color is Athenian black, and it's literally that. It is a jet black. And then Oxford navy, and that is a very dark navy. But this gives you an idea of all the colors. She lists the neutrals across the top. And then, yeah, it shows. And so what we're doing is we're using the color burgundy, which, as I get closer, hopefully people can get an idea. It's sort of like a Merlot color.
Yeah.
It's a really pretty color. I'm going to give you that. That is a description, or basically explains how Annie Sloan came up with the colors.
It looks more like this orange color, though, going on.
This one is actually, on here, this is Emperor's Silk, which is definitely more of a red. And then the burgundy, and as this dries, and once the wax on, yeah, it'll be definitely more of a richer burgundy color.
Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming. So yes, we had our festival last weekend with Annie Sloan, which you couldn't, I don't know how we'll ever top that.
Yeah.
And then Janet Metzger was there, and I think Janet just tuned in.
Janet!
Say hi to Janet.
Hi! I know you love Burgundy.
We know you love Burgundy, Janet. So here we are at the Rochester Home Design Expo. It's at the Downtown Convention Center in Rochester, New York. We had our festival last weekend, and we're just crazy enough to sign up to do something again this weekend. Hannah is painting this little nightstand in the color burgundy. We'll end up doing 2 coats and then clear and dark wax. Anne is over in the center of our space, and we're doing make and takes there. And we're all the way off to the side at the convention center. You can see how many different designers are here, interior designers. There's also businesses that provide different services for your home. But if you come down, all you need to do is look for the purple balloons. You'll see them through the tops of the tents. And then you'll see our Volkswagen bus. And if you see this tall guy, just say hi. But we have some painted pieces here. This is a piece, this dresser. We actually got this for free from somebody, and Hannah painted it in country gray. And then she used an iron orchid design transfer. What is this one called? Wedding song? Winter song. This transfer is on our website, shop.thepurplepaintedlady. Super easy to use, and look how nice, look how much character it gives to the dresser. And it's simple, it's not over the top, there's not a tremendous amount of colors. It has these negative void areas, so wherever you put the transfer, the color beneath shows through. Some people might actually go back and paint in some of those areas. You could absolutely do that, or you could just leave it as is like we did, and then just use Annie's wax as your top coat. So I'm going to step back over here. Hannah's just painting this little nightstand in burgundy. It's the perfect red for Janet's roses, she says.
Yeah, mixed with white.
Yep, mixing burgundy and white. Janet Metzger is the queen of the country cottage romantic roses. And also, even though she's not here, Janet does online painting workshops, showing people how to do those types of techniques. And she does them, actually Janet will list her link right in the comments here, so that way you can find them in case you're interested. So we just thought we'd pop on and say hi to everybody. Hannah will make sure we post some photos of this afterwards, because as of right now, I always say it when I did murals, they kind of go through these ugly phases. And right now, the top of this dresser, this little nightstand, I would say it's ugly.
She's not so cute.
She's not so pretty, but she will be.
Yes.
I guarantee it. So tune in. Like I said, we'll post a finished photo. And I have a feeling that once everything gets painted, we'll do a dark wax, just like we did the dark wax over this cute little table that had rod melt. So that piece is already dry.
Yep.
Are you going to paint with a little bit more hatching like Annie likes to do? And then we just need to get the edges and underneath. You always want to make sure that it looks pretty when somebody opens the drawer, and that you are strategic on those sides, so that way you don't accidentally paint the side of the drawer, or if you do, maybe add a cute little stencil. So no questions, so I think I'm gonna sign off. Or actually, should I show them the color boards? I don't know.
It's up to you.
Yeah, I'll take you for a walk. You're all on, I might as well take you for a walk. So just to recap, we are using Chalk Paint by Annie Sloan, and Hannah was the artist behind this. All we did is we took some little boards, we painted them in every color in Annie's suite, and then it showcases what it looks like with clear wax, white wax, brown wax, and black wax. Right now, this color Furl just seems to really pop out to me. This is one of the 3 colors in Annie's Charleston collection. It is inspired by the Bloomsbury House, and she has the Furl and then Rodmel, which was on the table I showed you earlier. And then up here is the color Tilton, which is coming through much brighter than it actually is in person. Maybe if I pan back, you can see that on the far left is English Yellow, and in the middle Tilton, and then Arl all the way to the right there. So you know where to find us. Look for the Volkswagen bus. And we're down at the Rochester Convention Center. And if you have any questions on using the chalk paint, you can even post them here. We'd be happy to answer your questions. Bye, everybody. Hannah, say bye.